Hey everyone, welcome back to the RPGames YouTube channel. My name is Ralph. This is Pathfinder Kingmaker. We are still traveling through Pitax, my soon-to-be new region. I'm seriously thinking of adding it to the kingdom. The only thing is that, you know, there is this guy called Ravine who might have, you know, a slightly different opinion about this, but who cares? So this is connected. There is a mysterious shrine. I'm assuming this is another one of those locations where we can move stones around, I believe. We have this quest, Ravenous Queen, I believe. Yes, it does look like that. So this is the third location that I've found which has one of these moving stones. But we don't really have an idea on how to, well, where to put each one of them. The nearly erased inscription reads, "Time erases the blood spilled here, but our grief lives on, my queen." So I'm sure that if we put all the different stones, and I don't even know how many locations there are. I found 3, maybe there is more. But yeah, that's gonna take a while to figure out in which configuration these pillars need to be to, I believe, to release the ghost of this queen. I think that was what's happening then. Okay, let's take a look where
for the spot to rest.
We can go from here. I'm guessing this goes all the way up.
I tire.
We might need to take a quick rest here. There's actually some ornate ruins, and that is on the inside of the river. I want to check those out first. Let's go on the inside here. Try to avoid the merchant. Let's see where we end up. Is this connected now? Looks like it. Ornate ruins. A dungeon, of course. Good thing that we have Jubilust with us to mess up all the trap disarming that will probably happen. We have a golem who is not friendly. Oh. But he won't last very long. Smilodon suffered a crippling wound. Okay. That happens, I guess. There is this gigantic tomb here. A orc double axe. Very nice. Collect it. It's called Fate Render. Nice. Anything else in here? Is this all? Oh, it's just a tomb of an orc. Okay, well, at least we got a weapon out of it. Let's continue on our merry path. Connect the roads to each other. I don't want to go to the middle of nowhere yet. There is another mysterious shrine. Didn't we just go to... Oh, there is... Okay, so this is the 4th one then, I guess. We haven't been to that one, so let's travel there real quickly. Okay, this is a location where we're gonna be struck by lightning again, probably. Let's see if we can find the stones. Oh, there they are. What does the inscription say here? Sleep well, my queen, rest in your endless sleep, and let us, the betrayers, have dreams in your stead. Yep, I'm sure that's the correct configuration. Let's move on.
That is not far.
So yeah, that's gonna take an enormous amount of time to figure out and to travel from one location to the other, because there is literally like no hints whatsoever, as far as I can tell, on where you should place these pillars. Where do we go from here? Do we go to Hemlock Island? That is an option. Another option is to head over here and look at the top area here, where we haven't been yet. That is another option. We are very close to Hemlock Island though, so let's just take a look there. Reaching the wooded isle, we stopped to look around. The locals living around the lake fully believed the place was cursed. Day and night, colored lights supposedly appeared around the island, and some brave souls would even watch them fly over the water. The local legends said that anyone who saw those lights would definitely disappear. If not that night, then within the month for sure. We didn't see any lights at all though. The island seemed forlorn and completely uninteresting. Silent, gloomy pines loomed over the grey rocky shore. A narrow path disappeared into the woods. Well, we decided to follow that path, of course. We are adventurers after all. Let's explore this mysterious island. Whoever made the path clearly didn't use it often. We could barely make it out among the ferns. We had to walk single file along the path as branches from the crowded bushes grabbed at our sleeves and backpack straps, only to hit the next person in line once we'd passed. The forest grew taller and thicker and ever darker. The air suddenly grew intensely humid as clouds of milky white, incredible thick fog flowed up from the ground. And believe me, dear reader, when I say incredibly thick, we're not talking like how an innkeeper might talk up his soup. It became impossible to see past our noses, and it was like our ears had been stuffed with cotton. The air itself became so dense it was like walking through water. We had to navigate by touch, and we could move only half as fast as we'd been going. Grand Blackforge, who'd been walking last, was forced to stop. With great difficulty he could barely make out the muffled and worried voices of his friends ahead. Something had to be done. But what? Mobility is -1. Yeah, there's no way I'm ever going to succeed in that one. So I decided to stay put and call out to my friends. No matter how loud he screamed, Grand Blackforge's voice couldn't penetrate the thick blanket of fog. His companions' voices grew fainter and fainter until they died out entirely. Grand Blackforge felt the sharp realization that he was completely alone. Interesting. The fog finally began to clear, and soon there was no trace of it. Grand Blackforge looked back and his friends were nowhere to be seen. But up ahead, he could just make out a blinking, welcoming light. As Grand Blackforge approached the light source, it quickly became clear that the light was a bonfire. Soon Grand Blackforge entered a brightly lit clearing and saw all of us. But why then did no one jump up to greet him, or give him a welcoming yell, or a hug, or even offer a cup of hot tea? Why had everyone frozen in their seats, spoon lifted in the air? Why the deadly silence? Imagine Grand Blackforge's surprise when he finally saw why his appearance had caused such a strange reaction. It seemed he hadn't been missing at all. He'd been sitting with us all by the fire, watching his exact copy emerge from the forest. Interesting. I can tell you exactly how many meals we carried with us, down to the last pack of hardtack. Can you do the same? A deafening silence hung in the air. One could hear the thoughts churning through our brains, and then the Grand Blackforge, sitting by the fire, laughed in a strange voice. He stood up and began rising into the air. The mask dropped and we saw a short, pale man with blonde hair and parrot-like wings, with bright feathers. We all went after him together, but Grand Blackforge held on to him most tightly. His hands gripped the Joker's wing in an iron grip. Then an ear-piercing whistle sounded from all around us, and stones began raining on us from above. The impostor was aided by his winged kin, who grabbed him by the hands and began pulling him up. We didn't give up, but in the end we were overpowered. There were just too many, dear reader. They quickly reclaimed our prisoner from us. Soaring into the air and shaking their fists at us, they flew off. We sat a long time around the fire, laughing and chatting about how Grand Blackforge cleverly dispelled the illusion. And when morning came, we looked around at the rainbow-colored feathers left behind by our uninvited guests. I noticed one of them had lost a valuable bracelet in the fight. We ended up gaining a trophy at least. Okay, well, we got some bracers and experience points. So that was Hemlock Isle. There is
for the spot to rest.
the middle of nowhere that I haven't gone to yet. It is probably a dungeon. I'm not quite sure how big it is. If it is like a bigger location, I would like to tackle it in its separate episode actually. Let me take a look here. So if we go down...
Time to get some rest, isn't it?
The other side here of the river we haven't explored at all, so that there may be some more locations there. So let's go and take a look on that side. Let's not travel through Pitax, because that's probably going to fail anyway. This merchant is quite persistent. He really is. I'm assuming this is the skeleton merchant that we've been seeing quite often. There we go. Okay, nothing new was found. So in that case, let us head over here. Let's just ignore Pitax for now. Here he is again.
Time to search for the spot to rest.
And let's check out this ravine. A goblin merchant. Okay, maybe he has another throne. You again, we trade. I be having all, just say yes. Ah goes the trading. Since Goblin King be downed, it be too bad. Me be self-riding roads and wandering around villages. No one be giving money, all just come to watch and point finger. Okay, well, let's see what he has and then continue. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything else in this ravine area next to the Goblin Merchant, so we're gonna head off onwards towards a next location. Looks like there is something here crossing the river. We haven't been on that side at all. Maybe there's even more mysterious shrines in the neighborhood. Who knows?
Hungry. When we stop.
Keep track of passing time. Okay. So Pitax is winning the war and our poor kingdom won't hold out much longer. We must bring the war to Iraveti's doorstep and confront the Sly King in person. Okay, so that means we need to go to Pitax finally. I would say let's do that. Let's head over there. "59 more days." It's plenty of time actually, but let's see if we can. This time, Magistrate Walsh Salaway didn't even bother greeting us. I see. To me, that means that we need to handle this with, I'm assuming with events. So that would mean that we have to go back here. At least that is what I think. If you know, let me know in the comments. To be honest, not quite sure what to do in this case. But if we cannot enter Pitax,
for the spot to rest,
then I'm assuming we have to handle it through our events. So let's see what we have when we get into the capital. Let's see. Harem servants aided the guard in identifying and destroying a few vampires. Divine +3. Okay. The guards talked to the refugees and reassured them that the authorities would protect everyone in the region, whereas elsewhere they would be defenseless. The people weighed their options and decided to remain where it was safe. They now appreciate their royal protection even more. Community +2 and stability +5. Tristian charmed the mermaid with gifts of magnificent jewelry. He promised yet further gifts delivered regularly if she would look after trade ships and scare away fuats and any other small river spirits. Merchants now prefer this safe water route over the others. Loyalty +4, economy +2. Very good. Okay, so Valerie's people successfully persuaded the locals to remain. Several who left the kingdom for Pitax have already returned. So we're gonna get community +24, loyalty +20, economy +20, divine +20, arcane, and culture +20. I don't see that reflected in the stats yet, but those might get us back to our old stats, I think. Yeah, you see, it's not reflecting in the stats. The problem, the likeliest outcome of the war seems to favor Pitax. Your kingdom will soon fall. To avoid that, you have to advance the main plot and complete the following quest, War of the River Kings. Yes, well, our worried leaders report that the kingdom can persevere for 2 more months. After that, the government will fall and Pitax will emerge victorious. The only hope is to bring the war to Iravedi's doorstep and confront the sly king personally. Well, I tried to do that, didn't I? Rigongar threatened war, and this cooled the Outsea Magister's ambition. Outsea backed down, and the waters of the River Kingdoms are no longer in danger. Military +3. So, let's see. The people of the kingdom are unhappy, so we need to do another Feast for the Afflicted, and Jubilost is not available. And we have this moderate Pitaxian influence. Let's see. So we need to put Valerie on that, and we really need to make sure that this works. 65, if we put Lindsay there, it's 61, so I'm gonna grab those extra percentages. Start that event, okay. Let's see, this is the dream. There is still that curse. Is Harem available for that? He is. Are we gonna put him in here? Yeah, why not? The training, okay. Economy. Arcanum Sanctuary, we could send Rigongar. That would be good. Stability and Arcane +7, that's very nice. 14 days, is this gonna advance time? No, okay, that's good. Ranking up. Let's see, Feast for the Afflicted. So when is Jubilost back? In 3 days. Okay, so we need Jubilost back to handle this Feast for the Afflicted. Right, that was Jubilost, yes, okay. So, 1 day. The assassin's attack was barely repelled and the deadly criminal was allowed to escape. Stability -3 and espionage -1. And the storyteller hired bards and made Fox a folk hero. In the eyes of the people, he's now the keeper of the river freedoms. Trade in the region is still taking a loss, but the inspired peasants are frequenting the theater. Loyalty +2, economy -2, and culture +5. Very good. Skip 1 more day. The treasurer ordered the purchase and import of machines from Absalom to make working with rough materials significantly easier. The craftsmen, their tasks now much more convenient and simple, return to work with enthusiasm. Economy +2, espionage +3. Very good. Where is that project for our buddy? There we go. Start that. There's a gang of petty illusionists in the lands of the king. They're passing off copper coins as golden ones. This fraud must be stopped. Difficulty 20. 40% chance. Well, it's... Although we have plenty of time to get Jubilost and Octavia back, I guess. Octavia will be back. Oh no, we don't have time to wait for Octavia, but in any case we could wait for Jubilost. Let's see. Abadar's Justicars are offering to organize a full-scale raid on the assassins hiding in the capital and bring order to the darkest corners of the city. It's a perfect opportunity to arrest some criminals who have been hiding from justice for so long. 0% chance with Akun, with Jatol, I guess it's the same, okay. So I do need Rigongar for that. And the Cobblestone Druids, we also don't have someone available. Yeah, it's going well. It's going great. Let's see, when is Jubilos back? 5 days. Unrest improved to troubled. Okay, so Treasurer arranged a fancy festival again. Everybody's happy about that. That's great. Again, no, that was not the one. Jubilost has 100% chance, so let's have him take care of this. And now the question is what to do next. Shall we rank up? Try to get the region, try to get Valerie back. She has a 70% chance of succeeding here. So we could try that. Let's see who is available. Tristian is available. Ekundayo is available. Jatol is available. Let's do Jatol. So we have our project complete. That is great. We can also put... Oh boy. Oh, actually this is an opportunity. So if we put him there, we have 65%, but let's take a look at the problems first. Phaetrix. We cannot send anyone to the Phaetrix, okay? High society wedding. 2 eminent merchant families are joining in a highly celebrated wedding. The king received a request that the splendid ceremony will be held in the main square of the capital. That requires Valerie, who is not available. Undead Rising. We can send Rigongar to that. That's actually the only person that we can send there. And then the People's Defenders, we could send Lindsay here. 31%, 55%. Let's do that. Let's send Rigongar over here. And then see what Jatol wants. What choice do you have for me now, Jatol? We are pulled deeper and deeper into Litran and Gralton's fight. This already drains our forces and cannot end well. It's time we plan our escape from this situation, preferably something that casts us in a positive light. I can see 2 options. Haladan Tarn is the commander of Gralton's army. He's the general that's sending his raiders to Gald. This commander is as bloodthirsty and narrow-minded as any other military man. His cousin Kazal envies his relative, but he's too cautious to disturb Gralton's fragile balance. If you help Kazal gain a piece of Haladan's power, they'll busy themselves with their own problems and leave us be. On the other hand, we could involve Gralton in a fight with Litran. The Grey Gardener's greatest strength is spy work and intelligence, and I respect their consistency and ferocity. But they need more soldiers, real fighters. If we send them some experienced warriors, Gralton will focus all its time and energy on preventing Litran from crushing them. We ourselves cannot afford to make those arrogant fools from Gralton weep blood, but I'll enjoy watching the Grey Gardeners do it for us. Yeah, that makes sense actually. I like having Jatal use her spy network. So dispatch soldiers to the Grey Gardeners. Gardeners will strike Gralton with vicious force. The bloodshed will remind Gralton's people that there is a price for challenging us. Relations and espionage +2. What's up, Sherelle? Let's see, what, I need some new clothes, Sherelle. Let's see what he comes up with. Owlbear skin boots, alright. Let's see, can you make me something specific? Boots we have, how about leather gloves? More gloves, alright. Farask does not give me the option to choose. He's like, you'll wear what I give you, damn it. Right, so we can rank up the minister once more. Let us see, 10 days. Yes, so let's rank up Jatal again. I might be completely messing up this main quest, by the way. That is certainly possible. Let's see. Jubilos assigned specially trained money changers to the markets to detect the illusionists. He also instructed them to pass along their knowledge to the merchants and shopkeepers. Now even Shoeshine in the kingdom knows how to check coins. Economy +3. And then we have the River Maiden, so another mermaid. Tristian, please take care of that. We still don't have Valerie back. Yep, Valerie is a very wanted person at this moment. Let's see, 3 days. So we need this one to succeed. That is an important one. All right, a triumph. That is good. So Valerie's people successfully persuaded the locals to remain. Okay, so we got rid of the moderate Pitaxian influence. Now what? Is there something else we can do? Well, we can put her, actually, we can put her on one of these let's see. Opportunity problem, not this one. That's also an opportunity. And this is an opportunity. That is not gonna do very much, so let's send Valerie to the wedding. At least that has a large portion of chance. And then let's see what happens in the next month. So how many days do we have left? 32 days. So oppose the influence of Pitax. So yeah, that is what we are doing. But we probably have to get rid of that completely. So the question is, let's see, that's training. The question is, will we get another one? Trade agreement with Sartova. So it should not be in here actually. Yeah, so it's not in here, okay. I'm assuming we're going to get a new one, which takes care of the, well, not the moderate, because we took care of that, but a light influence. And then when we succeed in that one, then probably we can take the fight to him. But if that is the case, then we really don't have a lot of time left. We really don't. So, who can we rank up? The Warden. That's probably gonna be it. Yes. Okay, so a Kundayo, there we go. And we went back to riots. So we have all these failed projects. The General Scouts lured the undead out in the open, where they were flanked by our main troops and surrounded. Okay. Pitax is winning the war. So we have to do another feast for the afflicted. And then widespread Pitaxian influence again. Jeez. And we don't have Valerie, and this requires 25 days. I have no idea how to solve this. So what I do know is I'm gonna cancel this one. And I'm gonna have to put Valerie here. And throw in all those. What's up, Icondayo? Still, there are many barbarians near the borders. They attack trade caravans, raid remote villages. Something must be done. We can strengthen the guards in the regions, but how can we know where they will strike next? We have to strengthen the guard everywhere. This would be expensive and difficult. I suggest we gather troops and search for them, scour the woods and strike first. We'll take the initiative, gather your troops and drive the barbarians from my lands. Loyalty +2. There we go. Arlene with another gift. Thank you very much. Is that... Oh no, that's chemo, okay. I was I was already thinking... let's create a bow. I was already thinking that it was Sherelle with my clothes, but it was not. Dragon! I see things are looking up for your lands as well as in my smithy. Your army grows, giving me more work, and your subjects show ever more respect to their ruler. I think you're not up to date with the situation, buddy. There is riots going on in the streets right now. Anyway, with our forged axe, we're sure to put an end to those riots. Thank you. Alright, that is going to be the end of this episode. Leave me, please, if you've watched until now, please give me some direction on what to do next. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do. I'll try and get to it. Thanks a lot for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to follow the destruction of my kingdom. And I'll see you in the next episode.